What's the biggest shift that you've seen in L&D over the past few years?
So I think there's two shifts that I've been seeing. One of those is more towards smaller bite-sized learning when people need it, to quote Josh, sort of learning in the flow of work. So it's giving me what I need at the time that I need it to help me with whatever task it is that I'm trying to do, or whatever challenge or issue that I have. So that's sort of one direction. The other direction I see is going to longer term learning. So the greater use of MOOCs, massive open online courses, going to multi-week or multi-month learning to build out much deeper skills. So while both of those existed to some extent in the past, I think that's one of the biggest shifts, is to broaden that base of learning to give you that just in time what you need, and that much longer term reskilling, and way of developing much deeper skills over the longer term.
So I guess mine's probably, it's a continuation of a change I've seen, I feel, in sort of 25 plus years in L&D. The thing I've been really thinking about is the fact that the transition for us is about letting go of our egos. So if I think about when I started, people came into my classroom at the time I said, and I poured my wisdom into them, whether they liked it or not. And I was in charge of that, and I was front of house. And then we've moved in this world of curation and things to kind of trying to create an enticing buffet. So we have to go kind of back in the process. Even when we became coaches, we learned that, and facilitators rather than trainers, we learned that the less you do, the more they learn, which is kind of hard for your ego. And then gradually we're moving even more into the background. So we're much more about facilitating connections between people, or connections between people and resources, or people and processes. So I think it's been a really big kind of ego journey in L&D just generally. But I think as we get to much more of this, user driven, user created, co-created content, again, we aren't the people who know the right thing to do. And that's the biggest thing I think I've seen change.
Both of you, I think, hit the nail on the head. I think, Simon, what you talked about, I think about is, right, we're moving to this intelligent context of content. We have technology that's now pushing things in relevant ways, which is huge. And I think the big part that's a little scary about it, it's not scary, it's just hard. Like Catherine mentioned, it's less about us. And I think sometimes in L&D, it's been about, well, what do we think? And that's becoming less of a thing. And I think the part that is most fascinating about it is how technology is evolving it. That's taking us on this journey from what I would say is content to experiences. And I don't think we're quite there yet, but we're getting more to this era where people can actually have experiences in ways that they haven't before, which is helping people learn and develop in new and fascinating ways.